Hello, everybody, and welcome to Malty Monday. Tonight we are going to be looking at Kolsch style. Or there's one lucky panel member that has an authentic Kolsch, actually, so he doesn't have to say Kolsch style. But before we do get going, I do want to wish one of our members who's not here in the panel tonight, but it is Flacco's beer reviews 30th birthday today, coming up at
Happy
midnight.
birthday to Flacco.
So I want to wish him a very happy birthday. And I'll say quick cheers to the chat. We got Thrash, who's down in the basement right now. He will be up on panel. And middle through Paul. So age before beauty.
Wow.
Very nice.
Hello, Paul. Nice to see you down there.
Oh, and let me also post the link here, just in case there's anybody that comes in that wants to get in that has a Kolsch. Because I do believe Nina said she had a Kolsch, so she might be joining tonight as well. But on panel right now, we do have. We're going to go counterclockwise tonight, so we're going to start with Louisiana Kolsch reviews. We got Ron. Cheers to you. Thank you for being on tonight. Thomas Metal 75.
Hello.
Miscellaneous Magnets.
Cheers,
We got
everybody.
Whisky Scout. And we have Beer Man. Hey, yo, Nina. I just dropped the link if you want to join up, get in the basement. I'll rotate the basement folk in as we go through this. Let me just read what the BJCP program says, or actually, he stands for program. Let's just read what that says about Kolsch. The overall impression: it's a clean, crisp, delicately balanced beer, usually with a very subtle fruit and hop character. Subdued maltiness throughout leads into a pleasantly well attenuated and refreshing finish. Freshness makes a huge difference with this beer, as the delicate character can fade quickly with age. Brilliant clarity is characteristic. Let's go down to some comments. Characterized in Germany as a top fermented lagered beer. Each Cologne brewery produces a beer of different character, and each interprets the Kolsch convention slightly differently. Allow for a range of variation within the style when judging. Note that drier versions may seem hoppier or more bitter than the IBU specifications might suggest. Due to its delicate flavor profile, tends to have a relatively short shelf life. Older examples of imports can easily show some oxidation defects. Served in Cologne in a tall, narrow 200 milliliter glass called a Stang. In history, Cologne, Germany, has a hop fermenting brewing tradition since the Middle Ages, but developed the beer now known as Kolsch in the late 1800s to combat enroaching bottom fermented pale lagers. Kolsch is an appellation protected by the Kolsch Convention of 1986 and is restricted to the 20 or so breweries in and around Cologne. The convention simply defines the beer as a light, highly attenuated, hop accentuated, clear, top fermenting Vollbier.
Wow.
There we go. And let's go ahead and see what our panel members brought tonight. We got Louisiana Kolsch reviews going first. So bring them up.
Okay, I have what's called Canoe Paddle Kolsch. It's a Kolsch style beer. It used to be called Canoe Paddler, but they rebranded it last year. It's from Leinenkugels. It's made in Wisconsin. It's 5% alcohol with 11 international bitterness units. They add extra rye to it. It says they add malted rye, which they advertise here, promote, and they also add corn syrup, which they don't promote. And it's certified kosher. And my friend David gave me a 6-pack. Thank you, David, because he got a great deal for only $3.99. So hey. It's been turning out pretty nice. When I first had Canoe Paddler, I thought it was kind of dull, but it looks like to me that some kind of way they've improved it. I don't know if either I didn't understand what I was drinking or couldn't appreciate it, or if they improved it. But I think I must have understood because I drank the Thunder Kolsch from Germany and Reisdorf Kolsch from Germany, and it wasn't that long after Canoe Paddler, and I adored those. I was bragging on those to the hilt. Right? So, but maybe they didn't have the rye added in 2014. So maybe that was the thing they did that gave it that extra quality that made it enjoyable, more enjoyable. So, want me to show you what we got?
Yes. You got a nice Stang glass.
Golden. Yeah, this is a Tabasco. I have a set of 4 of these. And they're Tabasco. See the Tabasco sauce, McElhenney, and I got them for 25 cents a glass. I have a set of 4. All right. It smells. Oh man, these Kolsch beers have a smell that's strange. Like you can't describe it. I can't. You want me to go through it real fast?
Yeah.
Or just
trying to
you're telling
describe
me? Okay. I want to say it's not olive oil, right? Like I do a bad job describing these strange smells with these Kolsch beers. Is it like lemon, pledge? No. You just got to go buy a 6-pack, people, and try it and see what you think. Cheers to y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The flavor has like a lemony thing. There's a little spiciness. There's the grain corn syrup, generalized beer wash thing going, just like you wash it in your mouth, like guzzle, 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 guzzle beer. You know what I'm saying? Medium bodied, crisp finish, odd spiciness, sort of an odd texture, odd background taste. But I said that with the Reisdorf and the Center too, that they were odd because I'm not used to Kolsch. I don't drink it every day. The closest approximation I can find to these styles of beers is the cream ale in America. Cream ale, like Genesee. Doesn't taste the same, but it's the closest tasting thing. Closest tasting. So crisp, clean, refreshing, easygoing. Is it anything to get excited about? No. I don't think the whole style of Kolsch is anything to get excited about, but they're fine. I like them. I've given very high scores to the 2 German ones I've had. So not something I go say, oh, I got to go run get the next Kolsch, but I'm not hostile to it, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Very good. We'll be back around and let you get your scoring in afterwards. So,
Okay. Thank you,
Thomas, doing this backwards tonight. So you are next.
Okay. Hopefully, microphone setup's in check and you can hear me pretty nicely here now. We're doing from Framingham, Massachusetts, the Exhibit A Brewery, and one of their standard year-round offerings. It's called a Goody Two Shoes. It's their Kolsch style ale at 4.5% alcohol by volume. And I don't know if they certified this kosher because the can does not say Mr. Terrio.
Well, then it ain't.
And
Well,
on
then it is.
311,
Then it isn't.
then they just don't make any claim. 3/11/2020 for the canned on date. And they say aromas and flavors can transport us to a specific time and place. This beer brings us back to experiencing the tradition, majesty, and purity of Kolsch for the first time. Where can it take you? And I'm going to use a Stang, from the Bucket Brewery in Pawtucket. They are no longer around, and I don't even recall those guys ever, when they were around, ever making a Kolsch, to be completely honest. So I don't know where they get that one from. Whoa.
Boom.
The Stang is a very narrow.
That is stupid. All right. Highly attenuated beer. Right, Ronald? Yes, right.
It's like a 2-inch tube.
That thing took no time to form. That thing be tasting all kinds of lemony goodness in that taste. I can tell you about the taste right now since I just got it. Very lemon forward, very biscuit malt forward, very pale maltiness to it. There's a grassy, it's all kinds of there. Grassy, earthy, spicy kind of hop complexion to it. It's a very crisp and clean finish. So the thing where it kind of has the ale lager hybrid is totally there in its flavor. It's not really the most filtered version of the Kolsch. It's very lemon yellow looking, and it has a bright, well, it's kind of I don't know if it's bright white head. It's kind of got that lager style, soapy kind of white head there. And the smell is definitely very grain, or it's very malt forward. You're getting those lemony notes in the background, a touch of some citrus, definitely getting that white bready Pilsner malt. And I mean, it's a light on the medium side of a body, and it's crisp, clean, and ultra effervescent and refreshing. Yeah, I do like that beer. Pretty good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, good stuff.
Nice. Cheers.
Clean up in process. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Miscellaneous. You ready to? Did you choose which? Are you doing both?
Yeah.
Did you choose
No, I'm not
one?
going to do. Well, I don't know. If we hang out, I'll probably drink this one and then end up getting into the other one by the end of the show, anyways. So what I have today is by Clown Shoes. It's their Mango American Kolsch, 5.5%.
Clown Shoes.
Not too much information on the can. So, anyways, let's get to it. I don't have a Stang glass, so you guys gonna have to bear with me.
A Stang. Oh, Stang. You don't have a Stang.
So
You don't stink.
pretty good head there. 2 fingers. It's pretty tight. Small bubbles all together. Clarity of the beer is. I've had this before. Actually, you know what? The glass is just sweating a little bit. It is definitely has a brilliant clarity to it. All kinds of bubbles going up in there, small, fast. Looks very effervescent. So on the nose, definitely fruity. Mango comes out for sure. It's almost like a little bit of a bready white bread type of malt to it on the nose. So, anyways, let's give it a taste. See what it's got.
Cheers.
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 I recommend none of you pour a beer like I do today.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm not done yet.
It still pours that way. What the heck?
It's very good. Fruit flavors of the mango come out very strong. Like I said, does have, it's like a weird maltiness to it. Wouldn't call it bready. I'm not getting any kind of lemony notes or anything, but like I said, it's mango. So very good. Light, crisp, a lot of carbonation. My opinion, this style of beer is like a great sessionable style of beer. I mean, it's very clean, refreshing, and light. I would recommend it to anybody, but cheers, guys. I'm going to drink a little bit more and get some more information when I score.
All right. Cheers. Thank you, Miss Lance.
Nice.
And
It looks beautiful.
Pour carefully.
Nice beer.
we're going to go to, you don't want to go? Oh, you do want to go. Okay. Robert.
I couldn't make up my mind which glass. So I'm going to go with the one I brought home from Germany. Clear back in 1987. I managed to keep 2 of the 4. The other 2's broke. What in the world? I get feedback there. What I have is Gaffel Kolsch. It is made in or brewed in Cologne, Germany by Gaffel.com. This is a 1 pint, 9 float ounce can, 4.8% alcohol by volume. Ingredients: water, barley malt, hop extract. Best before date is 8/15 of 2021.
Right. Wow.
We're well within that.
Damn.
And I've had 2 of these. I bought them in a 4-pack. I paid $8.99 for the 4-pack. And this thing just broke, you piece of crap.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
There you go.
That's how you open a beer in America.
That's right, Buggo. There we go. But the foaminess that Eric had problem with, I've had the same problem no matter how gently I pour. It still develops.
Yep. It's still awfully white at the top. Yep.
Yes.
But look at that pour.
That is champagne
for it,
beers
dude.
right there, if you
Go
ask
for
me. Yeah.
That's about the most you're going to get out of that. before it goes.
I'm glad I could teach people something about
But that's what we get.
It's very
effervescent. Very effervescent. The
Yeah,
2
it looks
things
nice.
I've noticed about this beer is there's a grassy note with it, but it comes across to me, and this is just my layman's version, somewhere between a Saison and a Hefeweizen, because I get that grassy, funky note like it's from a Saison, from a barnyard, that kind of funk note. And then on the other hand, with this, I get a banana out of the blue. I mean, just a slight banana that comes through. You get the typical maltiness that goes with it. But that's been my experience with the previous 2. And it's just on the nose is light. There's not much of a nose, honestly. Just a little bit of a malty nose.
Cheers.
But very drinkable. Very slightly funky, that funky note, that grassy funky note. And there's the banana right there. I mean, it's weird to me. I kept drinking the other 2 and thinking, what is this like? And it kind of fills that gap. I mean, it's odd. That's what I get out of it. And then, so that's my perception. I won't take up no more time.
Okay. Banana notes, funky.
You want to know what's
Almost
funny?
sounds a little bit like the Saison and Hefeweizen met or something.
Yeah, it does.
I'm looking through Beer Advocate right now at the beer I got, and the funny thing is that fucking Ron Terrio is right here on here at June 11th, 2019 with his thoughts on it.
Yeah.
So 10 days after.
That sounds like him.
Oh, man.
All right, Beer Man.
Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, thank you, BuMpy. I appreciate it. This is a Kolsch German style ale. It's by Accidental Brewing Company out of Portland, Oregon. It's a very plain looking can, but they've had nothing but good beers, in my opinion. Sometimes the plainness is okay. It's what is it exactly? It's a 4.5%. So it's on the down low. It's on the good side though. That's good. I like it. Let's open it. Does it have a date? No date. No date. This is loud. at least in my headphones.
Yeah. There you go.
So a nice hay, like a hay, more of a hay, even a light gold. It's got a 1-finger head. Let's smell it. It's got a floral citrus, kind of a grainy breadiness in the malt. Floral citrus. It's all kind of inviting. It's all working well with each other. Very well balanced. Very crispy smelling. It's very crispy. Very, very light and nice. I like it. Oh my god, it really does smell good. All right, so we got a white head. It's kind of a soapy head. It's going down. Retention is not super great. It's frick, is it? Yeah, it's effervescent inside. It's got actually a medium to fast rising bubble. It's clear, brilliant clarity. As I stroke the glass. No, that.
Oh yeah.
No, the brilliant clarity. Jesus. I was trying to get the fog off.
Foggy beers.
Let's taste it.
Right.
That didn't look good.
Cheers.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Crispy and real kind of a medium high accelerated carbonation on the tongue right away, but it kind of smooths off, and I get this lemon around the palate, up all around the soft hard palate area. Up on the tongue, I get more of like a chalky on the side with this like kind of a floral, citrusy lemon. Lemon's my big thing in this one. I'm getting lemon out of this big time. Dry, it's a medium finish. Kind of goes off somewhat faster, not medium long, not medium fast. Bitters, it's really it's got that old school kind of hoppy bitterness, that herbal floral. As I clenched my tongue to my palate, I got that cracker pilsner like crackerness. That was really nice. Sometimes that helps. I like to clap my mouth up with my tongue and my palate, but it's an applause. No, this isn't a bad beer, though. This is a good beer. I got my opinion, definitely. I'll be drinking this. Cheers, guys. As my beer went with it. All right. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
And as a home brewer, putting together Kolsch, kind of typical in Cologne, Germany itself, the grist is pretty much mostly just Pilsner malt, if not all Pilsner malt.
Nice.
In America, we tend to use wheat as well. So it's usually like either a Pilsner or Pale Two-Row malt with like almost 50% wheat malt
It's
as well.
sweet, grainy
To
crack.
help give it kind of the because they usually kind of have a little bit of a softer mouthfeel with all the spritziness. So yeah, if you're picking up on like a Pilsner type malt, it's very
Definitely
appropriate.
German style, then, I guess, right? That's what they said. Yeah, no, it's really good, though.
Yeah.
It's good.
So what we're going to do now is let Ron go ahead and give his final score or final thoughts on the beer, on the Kolsch from Leinenkugel. I almost said Lagunitas. Leinenkugel. And anything that you want to shout out or talk about. Then we'll bring up Thrash, who's in the basement waiting. So go ahead, Ron.
Okie dokie. Thank you. Well, here it is, the rest of it. And I've been enjoying it, but I haven't been able to drink too much because I didn't want to drink it all. For a corn syrup adjunct rye addition, Wisconsin brewed Kolsch style beer, that was given to me, which is irrelevant. I would score it a 92 out of 100. It's an A minus, not quite into the A, but an A minus, 9.2 out of 10. My scoring might be different than y'all's, of course, but I do it like the college letter grade score. But excuse me, I like it. I mean, you could just drink it. It's mild, 5%. Just have at it. It's not like life changing. I don't think Kolsch is designed to. I don't really understand what Kolsch is or even why it exists. It's like they'll say, well, it's an ale that can be like a lager, and I say, well, why don't you just make a lager?
But they didn't want to do that. No,
you almost have to put a Pilsner and a Kolsch together and do a comparison as to what, being that it's a hybrid. And then a Pilsner is made completely different than a Kolsch. So, well, not completely, but to some degree. Well, yeah, completely.
And I know ale is a little more expedited.
Yeah.
What happened?
Oh no, I was.
Beer man's got to make up his mind.
I was yelling at my
right.
I can't make my mind up. I got to come up with something quick. Hurry up. Okay.
Anyway,
Don't do that.
no, I'm just saying. I know the ale is a little faster to brew than a lager, so sort of like an ale that you can brew faster, and then it comes out somewhat like a lager. Okay, I guess I get that. Save a little money, still enjoyable, has a lot of flavor. It's easygoing kind of. Okay, all right. So that's it. And what's coming up? Well, if you want to watch two lowbrow whiskeys go head to head tomorrow morning early, you can join Dawn Busters. If you're feeling bad after you watch that, you'll probably be feeling even worse. Secondly, and that's not clickbait, that's just the truth. That's the sad situation that I put myself in, but I've only got myself to blame, To a Wednesday night, we've got Mexican beers at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Mexican beers, I got mine. And then tomorrow is Flacco's birthday, so he's going to be 30. He'll be halfway to 60. And then, well, that's it. I don't know if we're going to do Fandango Friday. I don't know if we'll do Super Inclusive Saturday. I assume Stout Sunday's coming. I sure hope so, because I got a coffee stout from Louisiana. All right, that's it. I'll shut up, and you can bounce me, and I won't be offended. Huh?
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining up tonight, Ron. It's always great to have you in the panel, and I appreciate you being here. So thank you very much.
On another note, it was totally cool to see your thoughts on the beer that I had tonight. I'm a beer advocate. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think I try harder on my written reviews than my video reviews. I really like them I always think to myself, I hope when people read it, it comes out nice. So
it's pretty to the point.
I've got many.
I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'd rather have it that way.
Yeah, I don't try to get that
personally.
Yeah, and I've been doing that since 2009. I've been making written reviews since 2009, and I have thousands. And that's it. And y'all have a good night, and I will watch the playback later for the beers I haven't heard about necessarily, and I'll make apropos comments. You know what I mean? Comments that are relative to what I'm watching.
Sweet. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
All right.
I gotta get this one up.
We'll catch you later.
Everybody take care. And have a great night.
You too, and stay safe.
I don't think Whisky Scout was making any puns on the Riot's last name.
No.
Anyway, I know what you thought you did, but we got another person.
I think you got it. I think you got it, Tom.
I got you.
I don't think you got it.
Oh, I did not. We're on the
want to welcome.
Yeah, classy entrance there, man.
Thrash, man.
Love it.
What you
Want to
drinking,
welcome
sister?
in.
We got Thrash.
I want to welcome in Thomas Metal Homebrew and Barbecue. Oh, Thrash Metal. I'm sorry. I did a beer man.
Never happened in anyone's life. That
I'm Beer Thomas.
You might need to put the fucking.
Oh man.
beer
No.
Thrash. We got Thrash Metal Homebrew and Barbecue. We got
Not
Brian.
you, the guy on the
He's
other
going
side.
away.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring him up so he can go through the tasting of his brew.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah,
I hope you
going
killed
first.
all those spiders and stuff for BuMpy.
All
while
right,
you were down there.
everybody. Hello, everybody. Flacco's birthday's tomorrow. We're all excited. It's freaking awesome. He's like, I'm almost double his age.
Yeah, you're the only one.
I'll be 55 this year. That guy's going to be 30 tonight, which is crazy. Anyway, to kind of do a correction on not to correct anybody, but a Kolsch is a warm fermented beer and then lagered. That's all it is.
Yep.
That's all it
Right.
is. And it's using very light, bright malts and stuff. So this one I have, my buddy right here to my right, is Upslope Brewing Company out of Boulder, Colorado, which is not a place I'd love to live.
Hey, I like Boulder, man.
Yeah. It's
I
all
like
right.
hippies there.
I used to work there, actually. So Upslope Brewing, Rocky Mountain Kolsch. Let's go ahead and get this guy, if I can get him to do what I want him to do here. All right. So I don't know if you can read that or not.
That looks good right there. Yeah.
Does it?
Absolutely,
Okay. So let me
I
go
can
ahead
read
and
it.
open this up and get it poured. Beer Man, you and I kind of go the same with the glass.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
this is from
Just don't-
Avery Brewing here in Colorado.
Nice.
Just don't
Agreed.
stroke.
Don't
Don't-
stroke.
Don't
Black.
stroke
Oh, I
the
know.
humidity
Yeah.
off of it.
Or slow.
Older IP Fest. Oh yeah, I've
Very
had like
slick.
3 of these since I
Okay.
bought them.
They're way
They're
tough.
very light, effervescent, very tight bubbles on
Yes.
these. Very clear. The clarity in these beers are just awesome. They're like a champagne of the beers, and you have to be really careful with these. This one is a 5%er, so it's not too bad. But a lot of the Kolsch's I've had before, the style remains somewhere in between the 4.5 to a 4.9. So like your regular adjunct in a way. Very effervescent. Let's see if we can.
You can kind of see some bubbles.
I
right?
can
Yeah, I
see
can see
your
you in
face
there,
through
man.
that.
It's so brilliant that I can see you in there.
It's like it's an upside down snowstorm.
Yeah.
Okay, Bob and Doug Kinsey.
Here we go. Hey, we got Bob and Doug McKenzie up in space, man. Isn't that awesome? Oh, America. All right. So this one, the Rocky Mountain Kolsch that these guys did, they kind of did a twist on it, which is kind of cool. It's to style, but they put their twist to it. What they did is they added, where's it in here? They added honey, sage, and mosaic and lemon drop hops in this thing. You ever had lemon drop hops? They're exactly what it says it is. When you put them in your aroma or your flavoring hops, when you're making a beer, comes out just like lemon drops, just like sucking on a lemon sour head, whatever the hell they call them, the lemon heads.
Lemon head.
Yeah. So this one, it creates a bright lemon citrus character with a touch of hops. These are supposed to be very light on their IBU. This one is wow, it's kind of high. It's kind of 27. It's 27, 5%. The availability of this thing is all year long, baby. And the body is light, and it comes in 12-ounce 6-packs, kegs, barrels, and when you have a divorce, they'll sell you the whole thing. I mean, you can just have all you want.
Oh, kit and caboodle, all right.
Anyway, smelling this thing. As you can see, it's going down a bit here. It's got really good lacing too.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't even started drinking on it either.
Let's do it.
Very clear. It's got that grassiness, that hayness, the real fresh, like out on the plains. You know, just beautiful grassiness in the springtime into summer. Those great smells that you get. I can smell a little bit of the Kolsch yeast itself. Kolsch yeast is very unique. Kolsch yeast is very bright. It's got an actual bite to it if you really pay attention to it. What were you saying, Whiskey?
He wasn't saying a dang.
I thought he was doing like sign language to me. Dude, you're an ass, or ass, you're a dude. Or let's get this back up here. Anyway, let's go ahead and try it.
Cheers, people.
Excuse me.
Kolsch equals belching.
This Kolsch equals belching. Yes. Yes.
Well, that accelerated carbonation. Fuck.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's got a nice bite over the tongue. It doesn't envelop your whole mouth. It's very dry on after you drink it. It becomes very dry in the throat. There's a real hard way of explaining that without it sounding sexist or weird.
Elaborate, please.
What?
Hold on, I got my mouth full.
Excuse me?
It's actually got the lemon drop is coming through really good. Just to add to this, food pairings with this thing, pan fried trout. If you ever want to go out, throat mayo. No, lemon vinaigrette salad or brie cheese. There you go, beer man. Brie cheese.
Oh yeah,
Go
dude.
good with this.
Brie cheese blend. All right.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
light cheeses. Yeah, like a blue cheese.
It's a lighter beer, so you want to be able to taste those.
Mozzarella.
Cheers.
Swiss cheese would be even go good with this thing.
Mhm. Even
Yeah.
a Havarti.
Squeeze
Havarti, nice, dude.
Yeah,
No
nice creamy cheese. Yeah.
Yeah,
party right there.
yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, Thrash. I'm gonna drop myself out,
Whoa.
and we have somebody else that just popped in the basement. I won't need to say her name when I bring her up. I think everybody knows her, and I'll let her go ahead and pour her Kolsch, talk about her Kolsch, and then I'll drop her back out so I can do mine real quick, and then we'll go through and get the scores and stuff done. All right. So without further ado.
4-letter word. Nino.
Hey, what's happening?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Be good.
I'm doing okay. I ended up with the clown shoes. I hunted this down. I had
I
the
got the same one. See, I knew somebody.
I
would-
noticed. I
That's
noticed.
good
Now,
though. That's good. That's good.
Got the
people say that a telltale sign of a Kolsch is like some kind of citrusy flavor. Does anyone else get that? Is there like a citrus note to theirs?
Vinny.
Much, yeah.
I got the Vinny too. I didn't
Very
mention.
kind of lemony.
Kind of
Lemon.
lemon thing?
Yeah, you
All
got a
right.
lemon kind of citrus, real light though.
So this
Mine's more grassy and
one-
funky.
I don't know. This one must have been listening to a lot of like breaking the law. They seem to break a lot of the rules.
That's a badass song, man.
British.
Judas Priest.
Hell yeah, dude.
British steel.
They went the mango direction and masked a lot of that. But I had to eat some dinner because I tried one of these earlier. And these things make you like, what do you want to say? You get a smidge belidge after. So I don't have a Kolsch glass, a Stang. What do you want to call one of those glasses?
Stang.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Shirt is awesome, by the way.
Hell yeah, it's badass.
This glass at least says Kolsch on it somewhere. IP Kolsch. So yeah. So it's on here.
That'll work.
So the best I can do. Other than that, I might have some like tall vases. I had an MGD glass that might have been kind of in the vein of what you needed. One of these.
Oh, that is kind of cool.
Good, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, I managed to fit the whole thing in here. So people are saying they don't smell mango, and I think mango has like a meaty smell, and I definitely smell a hint of mango on this one.
You probably have a better nose than all of us. So
It's a mango coat.
Yeah, there's definitely a mango note.
Like a pulpy? Is that meaty meaning pulpy or like a thick?
It's really well filtered. Like,
Richness.
I
But
like
they
mango,
say-
but I've never noticed the meaty smell or meaty.
Yeah, I would have never thought
It's like
to
a
say meaty. That's
heartier,
funny.
the way the fruit is. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say you'd get like an umami flavor out of it, but it's more hearty.
Like a tight, hearty fruit. Yeah.
It's like a dark citrus,
Like
smell.
avocado.
Citrus-
You know?
Yeah, there's a citrus element, but it's heavier, it's darker, it's more whatever.
Explaining the word Whisky Scout.
That's interesting because I like they got the new the stupid things they're releasing now. I love them. The Mochahedes, not Mochahedes. That's really
I want to hear what she's got
the
to say.
Geladas. Anyway,
Tell him to
Geladas are
shut up,
made-
Drew. He's right next to you. I'll punch him.
I'll shut up. I'm sorry.
So yeah,
He's,
there's
he's,
like
a big old, he's a good old boy. I don't know if I want to run that.
He'll throw some bottles at you. No, he won't.
there's a sourness and a bitterness to this one. It's well balanced. Like the bitterness is there from possibly the hops. I don't know what hops they use in this, but there's definitely the hops, and I don't know what's special about the yeast because it's an imported special yeast from Belgium for this. And that doesn't make any sense because what does Belgium have to do with Cologne, Germany?
Nothing.
True.
You try to invade him all.
They keep it there under lock and key.
Yeah, they didn't take the style all that seriously, so I'm not sure how well I can depict this particular style of beer
Right.
from what I've got here. But I've enjoyed this one. I like to keep a couple of kind of hoppy beers around, for that. Sometimes they work when you're hungover, they kind of help you out, give you something to sit there with. And I tasted this one earlier today when it was warmer than because I think when I bought it, it must have come from like a warehouse warm. So it took all day. It took 6 hours to get cool. But I'm really liking it now. But they say the first time you taste something, like the first time you get something with this high alcohol, the 6%, or I think it's about a 6%, or it might have been 6.4. 6.4? And 5.5 on the can, yeah. Well, anyway, they take a real bite at your tongue when you first sip them, and you can really judge them there. But on your second one, they're going down pretty easy. And this one's very drinkable for the 5.5. Not that that's an extreme amount, and the mango is very tolerable. It's
Nice.
a nice summer drink, I would say. I'm glad I ended up with a 12-pack. They'll be a nice addition to the cellar.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, cheers.
Awesome. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Carbonation. I think I got the only one that's not. Holy crap.
I will bring Nina back up after I'm done.
Yours looks like lime Gatorade.
Yeah,
Pretty
it
much.
kind of looks like a Hefeweizen.
Pretty much.
So the beer I have is from
New Hampshire.
Rock. It is from New Hampshire. The Rockingham Brewing Company.
Somewhere
And
East
this
Coast.
is their pig knuckle. And it's a
wow.
Kolsch style ale. And does anybody know what that kind of looks like?
I can guess what a pig knuckle is, but that would be highly inappropriate at this time.
Well, I'm gonna read this. It says
Okay.
pig knuckle is a refreshing,
plead the
easy
fifth.
drinking German Kolsch style ale meant to be enjoyed with those you love and in a place where everybody knows your name.
New Hampshire?
Cheers.
Hey, it's like the Cheers bar.
Cheers.
Yeah. Celebrate life and friendship with a pint, or perhaps knuckle down with Das Boot.
Yeah.
This is 5.3%, and they don't have a canned on date, so I do not know how fresh it is. But this is kind of the time of year where Kolsch's start really coming out. So maybe more towards a month or two ago. But go to pour. I do not have a Stang myself, so I just grabbed a can.
It's okay, BuMpy. We're not all fancy.
Here we go with the head. Watch out. Watch out.
Oh no, that's not too bad.
Yeah, whoa,
All right,
that's not
so
too bad.
it's got a nice tight white bubble head. The color of the beer itself is that nice medium gold coloration, very very clear. And there's some carbonation. Matter, I can see it myself. All right, the aromas. It's kind of got a little bit of that floral to citrus type nose. There's a bit of that crackery malt aroma as well. A little bit fruity in there. It smells very similar to a lot of like lagers might smell, but a little bit hoppier. All right, first swig. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Yeah, it's kind of a crackery to bready type malt, more on the cracker side. There is a little bit of that kind of citrus note to floral note in the malt and the hop flavoring, I should say, but it does end with a bit of a bittering effect on this one. It has like the bitterness of like a pale ale. They don't put the IBUs on the can, so I don't know where they're at with that. Really light body, high carbonation level in this, very spritzy in the mouth. Leaves the palate a little bit dry. It's just an easy drinker. Not a ton going for it. Very, very simple brew, but refreshing, and it's something you can definitely drink in the summer heat and have no qualms about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Nina back up. I think we will start with.
At this point, it don't matter. We can just go the regular way.
Just go the regular way. Beer
Yeah.
man, you want to go first with yours?
Sure.
Bring Nina back up, and then
Yeah.
just go clockwise with your
That's fine.
scoring that way. Okay. Well, I'm not bringing you up big screen, so just remember.
That's
yeah.
Oh, clockwise, yeah.
All right.
Totally understood. No, I wrote some notes. I was just trying to kind of gather it all. I did get kind of a sourdough breadiness. It was kind of a sourdough, that sourdough bread. I got the vinny like a white grape vinniness, kind of a very crisp, and the champagne feel on the mouthfeel. It was very effervescent. Everything was up to par with a German style Kolsch, as this says it was. I mean, I was just looking at all the notes. I'm like, everything is good. Exactly. It's a 5. It's two hands. It's 2 thumbs up. I've been given a lot of fucking 10s lately, Matt. 5s. But I've been having nothing but good beer. Not today, though. I did give out a 3.5 on a real shitty Ninkasi beer. So yeah. Look that one up.
It's in my inbox. I haven't watched it yet.
Boozy. Whoa. But this was very, very nice. It played its part well with the lemon citrus and the white grapes. It kind of had this weird chalky dryness, which I also looked up as part of the character. It's very interesting. And I love the history of the Kolsch. I think it's a very interesting beer. In fact, I might actually do one on my Wednesday, which I do a Wednesday recipe. So I might do one next week. That sounds good.
Okay.
But this, and I'll need help. But this one, this was good. 5 definitely. I was very happy. Tomorrow is cheese, beer and cheese. I've got my cheese. Manchego is my choice, and I won't tell you the beer that I paired it with, but I totally hope to have you there. And if you guys all want to be part of it, I'll put the link up. You guys can come on in. Just have your cheese and beer, and I'll be happy to have you there.
Nice.
So right on. And that's it for me. 2 days a week. So cheers.
Cool.
Sub,
All right.
sub to that lady over there, over that way.
You want me to? Well,
That
Yes, thrash metal, that lady.
Oh, you
oh man,
Who's
Somebody
going
else.
where are we
next?
going? Did the elevator down?
I
Ah.
thought we were going
Are we
to
going
go,
like?
go ahead, Nina. You're all right.
All right, you sure? How you want to
Yeah,
go?
go ahead.
All right.
We're all gonna
Because
end
we
it.
get
Show
like
must
book
go
my
on.
screen. Oh, we're going.
right.
All right, cool. So, yeah, the clown shoes, I would rank this beer kind of in a funky position, maybe like a 90-ish, 93, 94 possibly, for being funky and having an interesting taste, having a bit of a mango, being refreshing. I got no qualms with this one. I would drink this again. I'm glad I have a 12-pack of it. I think it'll be fun. Pass around something like this for the next couple of months. Need be, drink them myself. Yeah, this is an all right brew. I'd like to get my hands on a nice, well-refined example of a Kolsch beer. If anybody has a brand name like example that you'd be able to find, what is that?
This is Occidental out of Portland, Oregon. Oh, sorry about that, Robert.
No,
Yeah, whatever
You
is,
put me up, not me, but that's a German gaffle. It comes in a plastic wrap 4-can. I'm surprised you guys can't get it. It's in 2 or 3 liquor stores in my area. It's pretty common.
In the
Nice.
Kolsch, and then there's Sooner Kolsch. Those are the two more popular. Kolsch
Where are
from-
you at, Nina? Or you don't have to give precise, but what region?
Pretty hard to not give a precise when it's like a 20-second skid across your state in Rhode Island.
Shit. Oh, yeah, you're up there. You're in the north. You're in the northeast. Yeah, or
Hey, this guy will send you some.
you may not be able to get this. Yeah, that's good stuff.
But yeah, this clown shoes is out of Massachusetts, and the other brew that they had was also from Massachusetts, from Cape Cod. It was Devil's Purse was
Devil's
the
Purse is
brewer.
pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's a pretty good example of a Kolsch right there. Yep.
All right. Now they mentioned having a lime taste to that. Kind of a lime note, limey. I drank a Moscow Mule earlier.
Be careful, Eric. That shit'll explode again.
I had a Moscow Mule earlier that had a lime note to it for sure.
Who's next?
I guess we'll just go thrash.
Okay. So after drinking on this, it actually warmed up a bit. Actually, you ever said a word like over and over again when you're talking? Actually, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Wicked.
No.
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
this has
We don't
warmed
do that,
up, and the lemon note in here makes it taste like lemonade almost. And it's kind of the sugar adjunct lemonade. So it's kind of went downhill a little bit. I Kolsch's are made to be drank really cold too, but
That's a German thing with the tall, skinny glasses, real quick. Pass them out.
exactly. That's right. Sing the polka songs,
Yeah.
This one it is not a true Kolsch, so I shouldn't be on the panel. No. It has the adjuncts in it that the brewery put in, and you can taste I've had so many Kolsch's, I can taste what a good Kolsch is. This one, they just had a bit too much of the adjunct-ish type things in there. So this will go in my B range. This will probably be an 87 out of 100. I mean, it's a pretty beer. It's really good when it's ice cold. But as it warmed up, I just noticed it was that lemon drop taste really turned into lemonade, lemon lime lemonade type thing going on. So it kind of fell out of the style range for a Kolsch. So
Nice. Cheers, thrash. And
All right.
we'll pass this on to Thomas Metal 75.
Thomas Metal MD.
Thank you, people. Thank you, BuMpY, for having us on the panel. This is the Exhibit A. Goody 2 Shoes, Kolsch style ale, Framingham, Massachusetts, 4.5%. I've had the beer numerous times before, and I honestly don't remember. I think that's how they all were. The beer that I had was not quite as filtered as everybody else's. It was pretty not see-through. And I mean, there was just obviously when you saw me pour the beer, the thing is a carbonation rush central with all of its effervescence and bubbles to it. Yeah. It definitely had as I was drinking it, I've definitely noticed it had more bitterness than I'm used to in the style, but that definitely gave it some character and some body and some depth to it. It definitely had all the lemony notes and the really nice bready, biscuity, malty notes. Before the Bros stopped being the Bros on Beer Advocate, they had rated it a 100 out of 100 for the style, and it gets ranked 8th overall as a German Kolsch on Beer Advocate. They rated a 90, the scores on Beer Advocate collectively, and I'm going to give it at least a 92. Again, it's a little bit on the hoppy side, which is sort of a little bit different for a Kolsch. That doesn't bother me. And the carbonation is outrageous. You have to be extremely careful when pouring it and when drinking it because, as Thrash said, it makes you just burp and belch forever. So, 92.
Nice. And also, you can shout out your channels and stuff too when you're
Thomas Metal 75. That's where you can find the Masters Beer Use channel of YouTube. I will be on Wednesday night, the Wildcard Wednesday, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time, and go look for me at those places of the YouTube. Yeah,
Good stuff.
Aye. Well, my thoughts on the American Kolsch, the mango. It's a good beer for what it is. Like I said, I don't know if this exactly meets the standards of what a Kolsch is supposed to be, but very light, refreshing. The more I drank it, I was just hitting on the same notes. So I'm gonna go ahead and score it. I'll give this, I don't know, a 4.3 out of 5. I mean, it's very tasty, light, crisp, refreshing, very tasty beer. I recommend you guys try it if you can find it at least once. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything going on my channel yet. I need to get my ass up and start doing something.
just do it before sundown, right?
Oh, I'm gonna have a brew day soon.
Can I watch?
Nice.
I will go live again, and I'm not gonna do it at night. So
Awesome. Well, if you do it during the week, then I can watch. But if you do it during the weekend,
I'll probably do. Well, I can't do it Wednesday, so maybe Thursday. Because I need to get my. I'm trying to run like consecutive, so I have something in the back end when I finish my new beer. I could just transfer and keep rolling with it. So oatmeal stout should be good.
all right.
All right.
We'll try to get the oatmeal stout on the Malty Monday when that's ready to go.
I ain't met a stout I didn't like very much.
Right.
Anyway, there's a few that's not very good. The Gaffel Kolsch, German. Beerman made a statement in his about a chalky note, and that does come through on this, especially in the finish after you've drank. I mean, this is my second one. This is my last one. But it is there. But overall, I think style-wise and I think score-wise, I have to give it an 88. It's not quite A range, high B range. There's just too many beers that are close to this. Hefeweizens, for instance, that I prefer. No, it's not something I would probably buy again for that price when it's set next to Hefeweizen. Same price, and I'm going to enjoy Hefeweizen more for myself. And that's a personal thing. So, but I think 88. It's drinkable, very sessionable, effervescent, good beer.
Nice. Any channel news?
I shot a video before we came on air, and I was drinking a heavily peated whiskey. So a lot of my notes are from memory because the peat kind of blows your palate out a little bit. But I'm all right. I'm all right. I've already had 3 whiskeys prior to going on here, so if I'm a little,
Do I get to choose another one?
that's possibly true.
Now that's a smoky note when there's peat to a whiskey.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. This is what I got to edit it yet and everything, but it's called Smokehead
Okay.
and high voltage, and it's a non-Cindy. Well, in American terms, we'd refer to it as an NDP. As Scottish terms, it's more of a I forget what the term they use, but basically they buy kegs from a distillery because it is a single malt Scotch, and they haven't disclosed which distillery it comes from. But after tasting it, I'd almost bet it was Lefroy. I mean, it just matches their profile to me very well. So, but I don't know that for sure. Anyway, enough of whiskey.
Now with the peated malt whiskeys, like the longer they're aged in the barrel, does that peatiness start to peter out?
Yes, it does start to fade with time. You'll find 8 to 10 years. You're getting a nice, 5 years is even more peaty, but then you become very dominant with the alcohol notes and the smokiness, because there's smokiness and there's peatiness. And a lot of people say, well, that's smoky and that's peaty, but that's not necessarily the same flavor profile. The peat brings more of a vegetal smokiness to it versus just a raw smokiness. So when you get that vegetal note plus the smokiness, you're starting to delve more strongly into the peat. Anyway, but yes, it does. You're right, BuMpy. Lefroy 18 is, you can't buy it no more, but damn, it's one of the better ones that most people can afford. It runs about $100 per bottle. If you like it.
Yes.
Well, after I go ahead and give my score and stuff, you can go ahead and pour some of that.
Hey, BuMpy,
we'll treat you like we treat Alex.
I forgot to plug my channel.
You can drink more.
That's a missed opportunity there, Thrash. Shit. Go ahead.
Thank you, Drew. Anyway, been doing a lot of work at the horse rescues, so if you guys haven't seen any of the videos, go ahead and check them out. Have a live brew day that was done earlier in May, and I got a fermentation video out. I've been doing a lot of brewing lately. Go ahead and check those things out, and yeah, just keep up with I'm trying to do more barbecue stuff. It's getting nicer out, so look for those as well. So cheers, man.
And he also sent out some beer mails to a select few. So if you check out John and Ellie, Georgia Beer Reviews, he got a nice package from Thrash. So you can check out some of his home brews that are being tasted by others, and also Drunken One. So
he got a smash.
Check their channels out to also see Thrash's home brews being tasted by other.
Poor John's package looked like it had been run through a ringer before it ever got to John.
Yeah, none like Priority Mail showing up where it looked like an English football after like 2 matches.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Good going, United States Postal Service.
Woo!
Boys in blue.
Our tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, BuMpy.
My pig knuckle.
Pig knuckle?
You just have
it's a good drink. Like most people said, the Kolsch probably isn't your first style that you want to really gravitate towards all the time, but it's an easy summer drinker. But are there other styles out there that might quench your thirst a little bit more? And it's kind of similar to some other styles as well. So yeah, you might gravitate towards other brews other than Kolsch. What got me into Kolsch is just home brewing and wanting to try to brew beers that I didn't really know a lot about. So my first Kolsch I named Kobe because I named my porter, my robust porters that I have after my other dog Telly. So I wanted to create a beer for my dog Kobe. So I named it Kobe, and then I just brewed one for the pandemic called Kobe 19, and that one is hopped and dry hopped with Thrash Ace. So I was going for kind of that lemon note. So like Thrash said, his was brewed with the lemon drop hop, which was also on my radar to use, but I chose the Thrash Ace. The interesting thing about that, actually naming it Kobe, is that Kobe's are the wait staff that deliver the Kolsch's to your table in Cologne.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They're called Kobe's. So it was just a coincidence, but it worked out perfectly. So I was like, wow, I chose the right beer for this dog. So the Pink Knuckle, I am gonna give a 92 out of 100. I think it's a little bit more hoppy and bitter than what I'd really look for in a Kolsch. Even though it did state in the BJCP that even though the IBUs might be low sometimes because of the light malt presence, the hops might shine a little bit more than expected. So it kind of fits in the style anyways. It's just a bit too bitter, I think, to score it higher than a 92, but it's still refreshing and a good drink. I would drink this and drink any other American adjunct lager as well. So what's going on my channel? Well, Malty Mondays. Malty Mondays, they go on Monday, every Monday, unless further stated. 8 p.m. Eastern is the start time, and what happens is there's a poll that's going to go on. We'll create the poll. Hopefully I have some folks here on the panel that can help create this next poll of 4 brews that can be voted on. The polling stops at 8:30 Wednesday. It's 8:30 p.m. or 20:30 on Wednesday. So that should hopefully give everybody time to get out there and get the next beer that wins for Malty Monday. I will put up a quick video either that night, depending on how trashed I am, or the following day.
At least he's honest, folks.
On what the winning style is.
Honest.
It's the best part.
But that's how that works. I mean, I'll post the poll in our various hangout groups that we have, and also it will go on the description of this video once it's up on YouTube and once the polling's been created and everything. So if anybody's out there that's not in any of the hangar groups that I'm associated with, you can find that poll in the description. You don't have to watch the video. You just go to the description of the video and you can find the poll and vote for whatever style you so want to see. Once styles are done, they are done and they will not be revisited. So we will start getting to the nitty gritty till we run out, and then I don't know what will happen. But I think we got a ways to go. I think we still have plenty of styles we can go through. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to be joining Beer and Cheese Tuesday on Beer Man's channel. That's a great time. That also starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Whatever time it is in California, I think it's 3 hours behind. So what is it, like 5 o'clock for him? But yeah, that's always a fun time. I do wish that everybody can go and join that, or at least join and watch if you're not on the panel for that. That's a great show to go to. Wednesday nights, typically after Wildcard Wednesday, you usually find myself, Thrash, Thomas Metal on Beer Chug's channel doing the What the ABV game. That's a fun time. That starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I am a 5-time champ on that game. So check out Beer Chug. Fun time Wednesday.
Oh my God!
Do all that.
Hold on, 3-time champion. Eric, you're 3, right? 3 or 4?
3, yes. Yeah, I'm still 3. Yep. Almost got to 4.
Yeah, if you guys get a
Almost
chance,
got
go out there.
to
It
4
is
in
a
that last
blast. It's a
Yeah,
blast.
it's a fun time. It's just a time to just to relax. You're not like talking about like what beer style you're drinking. You're just having a good time and just
You can be drinking
it-
water,
it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
but it's funner
Um,
with alcohol.
Funner.
And of
yes.
course, we cannot forget
Much more fun.
Friday
Funner.
nights with Alex the Beer Master on his Food Fridays. This upcoming Friday for anybody that wants to join in, watch the show, or try to get on panel. The food is anything.
Wow.
Oh,
Wild
wow.
Card Food Friday.
I don't know if
Any
I can
food
find
that
it
you
anymore.
want to bring.
The stores are closed. No, I can find some.
So,
Maybe I'll smoke some
yeah.
ribs. Pretty
But
cool.
I'm going to go ahead and start closing this out. So I want to say cheers to the chat for being here and keeping this going. Thank you guys for watching. Anybody that wasn't chatting but still watching along, I appreciate that. You're always welcome to drink in my chat.
Aw.
Always
Drink it
welcome.
up.
You're allowing it now?
And also, if you you have to be of age, so you have to be at least 21 in America. Overseas, I don't know whatever age it is, but anyway, if you're in the chat and you ever want to join the panel, I do leave the link to the panel in the chat, so you can join. I just ask that you bring the beer that we are all examining, and also that you just keep it you keep it appropriate, and it doesn't go crazy. I'm not here to have fights and all the other stuff. So
No, we want it
About
cool.
to have one right
Yeah.
now. He's getting ready.
No.
but I also want to say cheers to my panel that I had tonight. Thank you guys for joining up and doing this again. It is a rotating panel, but I do appreciate folks that do come back time and time again to do this. It's nice to see
There you
familiar
go.
faces. And
Usually here if I'm not working or
Well,
if I can't
yeah.
find the beer.
that's right. And
Can't find his motorcycle.
sometimes it's hard to find a beer. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast, and we are going to come up with 4 beer styles to put on the next poll. So cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining in.
Cheers. Thank you,
And
BuMpy.
Thanks,
Cheers,
BuMpy.
BuMpy. Thanks for having us, man.
Bottoms
appreciate
up.
you guys. Bottoms up.